So this time of the year, we have things like E3 and a Tokyo Game Show, which are some of the biggest premier video game related conferences, game shows, and conventions that we could possibly ever go and have pretty much for us to go and ogle all the new devices that they're going to go and toss out there. Well, Sony had a pre-conference to this year's Tokyo Game Show, and they went and they showcased something pretty fucking awesome for anybody that was even somewhat, sort of, kind of, maybe on the fence. I would like to, but just don't give a fuck enough to plop down the money for a PlayStation Vita. They announced the PlayStation Vita TV. Now, immediately, you would all automatically think, well, this shit's going to be a PlayStation Vita for the TV, right? Well, that's exactly what it is. So, you got yourself something that's pretty much like, take the architecture and the hardware of the PlayStation Vita and take out all the bells and whistles and shit, just the core mechanics for the system itself, make it really tiny. It's like the size of a deck of cards, apparently, and hook this bad boy up to your TV. There you go. So you'll pretty much be able to go and use that to play all your PlayStation Vita games, with the exception of all the ones that use like the touchscreen mechanics. So anything that really uses it a whole shit ton won't be compatible with this. Unfortunately, two of those games happens to be Virtue's Last Reward and Uncharted Golden Abyss, which, in my humble opinion, are two of the best games that the library has to offer. But there's a ton of other games out there that you could go and get and play on it, quite obviously, like Persona 4 Golden. Obviously, one of the best things that you can fucking get on it, quite frankly, in my humble opinion. But they went and they announced this, and again, a lot of people have been on the fence about the Vita, because the fact is, shit was too fucking expensive, memory cards cost too fucking much, and games just not plentiful enough. Well, it looks like now they're starting to get a whole bunch more games put out there, and so far they haven't made any announcements for this to go and be showcased outside of Japan. But at the moment in time, you know, they're saying that this will be priced at about $90, $95, according to, like, what the yen is and shit. But that's not bad at all whenever you go and think about it. If you're somebody that's like, you know, I like the games that are on handhelds, but frankly, I just don't like a little fucking screen in my pocket and shit like that. Which is understandable, because I know tons and tons and tons of people that just, like, I'm not going to play games on the go. I just want to play them in my house. That's pretty much it. Well, this is a nice alternative to that. You know, I went and I compared this to things like the Super Game Boy, the Game Boy Advance player on the Nintendo GameCube. So this is kind of like that, pretty much. They also said that you'd be able to get, I'm assuming that you can go online with it and hook up your PlayStation and your PSN account and stuff like that, because they were talking about, you know, you can go and download your PS1 classics and all the digital titles and shit like that. You can also get some of the streaming services. So I'm just kind of curious if this is going to have like the same exact operating system as the Vita does. And if that's the case, how exactly is that going to work? Because you're going to be using a DualShock 3 controller. You won't have like the swiping action or anything like that. So that was something I was thinking about. Are they going to go with the PlayStation 3 layout, or are they going with something completely new specifically for this? I have no clue, but yeah, welcome to go and figure it out. But anyway, something like this, not bad. The price is right for anybody that's into handheld games. And again, was like, I want to get a Vita, but this would be a lot fucking cooler. And the fact is, admittedly, I played the PlayStation Vita more inside my house than I have on the go. And I've also played my 3DS more inside than I have on the go. That's just one of the things that's the truth of it. Whenever I'm going somewhere, I don't always just think, oh, I'm going to go and take this with me. But I end up playing it inside a whole fucking bunch. I don't know, call me fucking weird, but that's pretty much, that's just the way it is. I really want to see like a DS console. I always thought with the Wii U tablet controller that they'd end up doing something like that, but who knows if they have that in the cards. Anyway, so there it is, PlayStation Vita TV or PS Vita TV, I don't know what the fuck anybody wants to call it and stuff. But it'll be coming out, what is it, November 14th or 15th, some shit like that. But that's, again, in Japan. They haven't announced anything like that for outside of it, but with Tokyo Game Show, you know, this is just the pre-conference type deal. So maybe they'll have more to be said about it. But, I mean, they did announce that there's going to be a new Phantasy Star. They even showcased that there's a new PS Vita. Basically, it's just smaller. They showed it off in a bunch of really gaudy fucking colors. I just want my system to be black, or have like a bunch of devils and skulls and other really cool shit on it. But yeah, they showcased it in a bunch of fucking colors and stuff like that. But this was the one that I had the most interest in, because well, it's under $100. You can play PlayStation Vita games on it on your TV. I'm all for that. I always wonder why there wasn't an HDMI out on the Vita to begin with, but, you know, hell, this works right here. So, fuck yeah. Anyway, so if you have any opinions about this, you already know what to do. There's a fucking comment section. You just talk about, I'm gonna butter you all bread. Or some other really random-ass fucking shit, and just be like, oh man, I fucking hate this one person. I want to slit their throat, turn them into a fucking human Pez dispenser and shit. At which point I'll be like, wow, you might want a bit Prozac. Just Prozac. Anyway, this is AlphaOmegaSin. As always, nerds, nerdettes, and gamers, game the fuck on.